Hey everybody, this is Big Dave. It is May 16th. It's been about 5.5 weeks since my last video. Um, Meant to do it exactly at the 5 month mark, which would have been May 3rd, which was going to be the day after my most recent appointment with my surgeon, but that appointment got pushed back till today. So we're doing the video today. So to recap, I had gastric bypass surgery on December 3rd, 2018. It's been 5 months and now about 13 days, so 5.5 months, give or take a day or two. Since the surgery, I started at 291 and change. Today I was 210, loss of a little over 81 pounds, and a drop from my last video, which was at the 4 month mark, of about 4.7 pounds. When I made that last video, I had come off a great March where I lost 10 pounds. And so I thought, I'm gonna hit this target of mine of 210, no problem. But, as these things go, doesn't really work that way. This month, I struggled to lose the 4.7 pounds that I did lose, in part because I had two vacations. I had spring break with my family. Then just this past weekend, we were on another weekend vacation trip, my brother's 50th birthday party. And, on vacation, you don't have that regimen that you have during the work week. Eat more. I've been having more, I've started drinking wine again, and definitely on the spring break in particular, we had a rental house with a couple other families that we know. In the evening we drink, and so I kind of hit a certain number earlier in the month, and then the vacation pushed me back up a couple pounds. So I had to remake up that ground, and so I ended up at 4.7 for the month of April, which I can't really complain about. I hit my 210 number, which was my goal. For those who haven't seen an earlier video, this appointment that I just had today was basically 3.5 months since my last appointment with my surgeon, and I wanted to lose 20 pounds. So to go from 230 to 210, and I hit it on the nose today, bringing my total 81 pounds. I can't be upset about a slightly slower April, because overall, I'm still moving in the right direction. I'm feeling good. But, a month and a half ago, I thought I would have crushed the 210 number before this, and it didn't happen. So, had my appointment today. Everything was great. Met with the surgeon, his sort of like attending nurse, and the nutritionist. And my big takeaway from it, the nurse really encouraged me to work out more than I currently am, and to find a way to incorporate into days that I don't go to the gym, because a lot of what I'm doing is not really requiring a gym. I'm doing a lot of calisthenics, planks, push-ups, unweighted squats, things that I can do without the gym. So I can do that at home and on the weekends. And work has been busier, so getting out during the middle of the day to go has been tough. There are weeks that I go once a week, and on average I'm going twice a week, but I haven't done 3 times in a week in probably a month. So I'm aware of this, and it was good to get that reminder, because in fact, I think it inspired me today after my appointment, which is about 2 miles or so from my office. I walked back to the office. It took about 35 minutes or so, I don't know. It was a little bit warm today in the city, and nice day for a walk, and I felt it. I'm happy, to push my step total for today closer to that 10K mark, which I haven't been hitting lately because I drive to work mostly. So in any event, that was good to get that reminder. The nutritionist actually introduced me to a fitness app called the Nike Training Club, which I didn't know about. looks really useful for the kind of workouts I like to do, sort of like a guided video with timers and call outs to help you sort of go through a quick 15-20 minute routine. I'm going to explore that a bit. Planning to go to the gym tomorrow at the office. I may do that workout instead of my normal one. So the other thing that I took away from today's appointment, I had set for myself a goal of 185, which I thought was ambitious, starting at 291. The doctor's office actually has me starting at 293, but from that's my true high ever. But when I started the 5-day liquid diet prior to surgery, I was 291. That's the number I've been using. In any event, we talked about what my target should be, and you know, if you go by BMI charts, which are ridiculous, right? I'm supposed to be between 150 and 170. I told him about my target of 185. He said push for 175. You know, at 5 months, I'm down 82 pounds. Things may go slow, but if you're looking to hit your the way he put it is you have 18 months to hit your target weight, and after that, it's, you know, you're not really losing weight because of surgery anymore at that point, most people. So, and a lot of people stop losing weight well before the 18 months, but you have an ability to continue losing even if it's slow and gradual. So, you know, adding 10 pounds to my target, which gives me 35 pounds to lose essentially over the next 12 months. And I think that's more than doable. And it was nice to get an even more ambitious target. So that's my goal. I'm next going to see the surgeon and his team after Labor Day. So, you know, at the end of summer in September. And sorry, I got a little battery, low power notice there. So my target for that appointment is 195. So I'm giving myself another 15-pound target over the next 3 months. And you know, feels realistic, feels like it'll keep me on my toes as a challenge. I don't expect to lose it if I'm snacking and drinking a lot. So I like having that challenge. That would put me at 195. The one thing I told the nutritionist today is that this weight that I'm at today, 210, is essentially the lowest I've been as an adult that I can remember, going back even to, you know, post-college and other times when I've worked out a lot and lost weight. And I'm a little sort of eager to push through this number just because it was sort of a permanent plateau for me, from which I went much higher, obviously. But, you know, as a low weight, this is about as low as I've been as an adult. And I hit this number today when I saw 210.0. I was pretty stoked. But I'll be honest, getting below 200 has really been the sort of holy grail for me. Have not achieved it. And I think I was trying to remember when I was under 200 pounds, and I think it was prior to my sophomore year in high school. I was interested in playing football, and I wanted to get in shape, and I went on a low carb diet, and I was working out, and I think I got to like 195. Don't remember the exact weight, but I was below 200 briefly, because about a month later, I popped back up into the 200. So anyway, that's how long it's been. And if you take it back one notch further, I was telling my mom this weekend because I saw her. I remember my 8th grade graduation, and my father, who did not live with us, came for it. And he saw me and he was like, damn, you're big, you know. He was a smaller guy, actually. He was like 5'6", slim. I'm 5'9", and I've always been husky. He said, how much do you weigh? And I didn't know, so I weighed myself, and I weighed 185. I was 13 years old. And I always remember that moment, you know, not that it was like some traumatizing moment. I was just, you know, over the years, I've thought back to when was I ever below 200? And, you know, it was that moment in time. So that would have been 1985 for me, was 185. So for now, I'm not going to focus on the 185. My big focus is getting below 200, hitting a 15-pound target for my next appointment, which will be the first week of September. I'm excited. Weather's getting better. I'm feeling motivated to be outside and do some more walking even, and just staying on point. Um, Two observations before I shut this video down, not to drag it out too long, but one of the things I've noticed is that friends of mine who know about what I'm going through, in particular women, um, when I tell them, when they see me, especially if they haven't seen me in several months, everybody's like, wow, you're doing really good, you've lost a lot of weight, how do you feel? And I'll say, I'm feeling great, you know, I'm still working towards my goal. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah, I still want to lose like 25 more pounds. They're like, oh my God, you'll be too skinny, don't do it. One of the things, and honestly, this is something that even with my wife I'm sensitive about, is that for regular people in my life who struggle with their own weight loss issues, even if it's not as extreme as my journey, right? Um, you look at the 80 pounds I've lost and you can kind of say, hey, you don't need to lose anymore, right? That's sort of like from the regular person's perspective, given how hard it is to lose weight. So even though I have this goal, it's something I realize I'm going to keep to myself a little bit more, unless I'm talking to someone who's really fitness oriented and has those kind of ambitious weight loss goals. Because for people who haven't had this surgery and who are doing it on their own, it's almost like being greedy. You know, I know they don't mean it in a negative way, but I totally understand that. The other thing that I wanted to point out, and I sort of felt this in April, was this sort of reminding myself that I'm still in this honeymoon, and like if I come home and I'm stalling, as minor as these stalls are, but if I have a shake for dinner, right, it moves the needle like a muscle milk 30 protein gram carton, which I was drinking a lot in the beginning of this process, and I haven't much lately, right? So I can do that and be totally satisfied. I just have gotten sort of tired of it and stopped drinking them too often. But now I'm just trying to remember what the tools are to keep it pushing, because, you know, in April when I was a little bit frustrated, like, oh, I'm slowed down so much. I want to wake up and see a different number, and substituting a shake for a normal meal, even sort of a smaller, low-calorie meal that I've been pretty good about, it's even pushing me a little further, and it's something I'm keeping in mind. You know, a lot of times I come home from work and I'm not ready for dinner when my family's eating, just not hungry. Then it starts getting later, and sometimes I would eat, and it wasn't like I was overeating, but you know, while I'm still trying to capture this moment, this opportunity to really lose weight in a way that's not normally available, being conscientious of that. Not to say I don't, you know, snack or drink or do things that aren't great for that program, but for the most part, you know, I am conscientious, and I'm looking forward to this summer to be active and to really hit this target that I have of getting below 200 for my next appointment. You know, that will be big, and if I hit the 195, I'll be happy. But you know, I was happy to get the motivation today to kind of push for something even bigger, which is this 175 number. So anyway, this has gone on longer, as is my usual. I can go on and on and on. And, you know, I know my videos aren't the most exciting or well done. But, you know, we keep doing this because I think for my own sort of history, and for people out there, especially guys in my sort of age range, you know, who are thinking about doing this and wondering what it's like, maybe this is useful. So that's it. I will keep posting on a regular schedule, another 30 days, see where I'm at. And thanks for watching. See you next time.